Todd King. What's going on, my guy?
What's up, man?
What it do? I want to get into. We're going to get into who he is and all this stuff, but
like we said, he's not invited to the barbecue. He is.
He is the barbecue.
He is the barbecue. Like literally, too, though. Because he mean on that grill too. Though.
He mean on the grill.
What they don't know. Oh man.
Okay, well, yeah,
we know I can throw that, and he let me take a plate too.
We're going to have to do some sampling. But we're going to get into who this guy is and all this stuff. But I do want to get into a few kind of maybe quickie or rundown little things real quick. One of them is I had a post. You know what I'm saying? I had a post. You know what I mean? It was just a little rant. I don't know where I do.
Yeah,
know where
it looked like you was blogging.
It did look like
because like I had just got off work, right? So like you know when I get off work I have just enough time. So I'm in the throne room. So I was like, let me go on post real quick. Mm-hmm. So I'm posting. Then I see like I ain't even I read like the first part of it. I'm like, man, this man blogging. I gotta hurry up and hit the shower so we can get over here and do this. But
small.
Yeah. Rant. So you said small rant, but like you were blogging. So explain to the people what you was going in on KD about.
KD like I think we all basketball buffs in here, even with Todd, you know, just talking off camera and stuff like that.
He's a Bulls fan.
He knows his
I'm a KD fan too.
And a KD fan. I'm a KD fan too, you know what I'm saying? Contrary to the post, you know, that you might see that. But the post was about Charles Barkley came out with a few days ago.
Right. Well, no, it's actually been
about a week ago.
Yeah, it's been longer than that. I mean, he keeps repeating the same, but it's been a while.
He was talking about that when Brooklyn got eliminated.
Right.
So it's been a minute.
So Charles Barkley came out and basically was like that. He actually said this a few weeks ago when they were actually doing the conference finals in the East.
He brought it up again,
on the show with Kenny and EJ and Shaq and them. Just that KD wasn't the bus driver in Golden State, and that, you know, in order to get the respect of, you know, those in line of the greats like MJ, Kobe, LeBron, that he would need to be the bus driver of a team. Okay, my post was basically saying that was true. I was like, I don't believe KD was the bus driver of Golden State simply because I think I did the analogy too to where like you ain't a father just because you just give money and you do all this stuff and you send stuff, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You a father because you spend time, you do all the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
In order to be a father, a dad can just send money and, you know, provide you a good lifestyle. Okay. So I was like, but KD, what he did in Golden State, in my opinion, was just hoop. He didn't have to worry about the dirty work. He didn't have to worry about being a leader in the locker room. He didn't have to worry about being a leader on the court. All he had to do is just be KD, which is one of the top 5 talents ever to play the game. And so to me, if you're a bus driver,
you think he's top 5 ever?
Talent.
Okay.
Talent wise. Now, not ever.
Oh, for sure.
As far as his talent, 7 feet, what he can do, talent. I say top 5 talent.
I agree. Talent wise,
but I was like, in order to be the bus driver, you need to be able to multitask. You know what I'm saying? Like MJ. To me, at this point, you can't change the definition of a bus driver. A bus driver is MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Shaq. Who else I'm maybe missing? You know, people in those veins, in my view. But I want to get y'all view on it too.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I didn't think he was a bus driver because all he did was pretty much just be great on the court. He didn't have to muck it up, get in nobody's face in the locker room or nothing. And actually, when that happened with him and Draymond, you saw that's when he fell off and couldn't really gather back the pieces. You know what I'm saying? So
tell me when Draymond called him the B word.
When he called him a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote. That's what he
called him.
Trigger
fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Right. So for me, my definition of a bus driver is not only leading the team and scoring and rebounding and all this stuff. It's actually, you know what I'm saying, being in there, dealing with the stuff on the court, off the court, the locker room and stuff like that. Like people feared MJ, right? Mm-hmm. People feared him. They wanted to be great at their job because if they didn't, they knew MJ was gonna get up in them. You know what I'm saying? Or LeBron, he didn't necessarily do it that way, but he wasn't gonna pass you the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about as far as like practice and off the court, they feared MJ.
Right.
They definitely fear KD on the court.
The opponent did.
For sure. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the opponent did. I'm talking about the team.
I agree.
Right.
With you.
So, to me, he had it set up to where he was a leader already. Draymond was a leader. Pretty much he was just there to hoop and get all the spoils that came with it. Okay. Rings, MVPs, or whatnot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty much I agree. I think Chuck kind of came at it kind of hard to where it sounded kind of harsh. But at the end of the day, I thought he was telling the truth. I thought he was like, look, he need to be a bus driver if he wants to be in the same vein as really MJ. I mean, at this point, probably Steph at this point, the way he went on this last run.
I'll say, to me, this is the first year Steph was the bus driver. I don't even think he was the bus driver of that first team that won without KD.
Team?
No.
You don't think he was the bus driver then?
No. That series turned when they put
Iggy
AI in there to get on, and that was more of a team. Like Clay was good that series. A lot of people don't remember. They had Bogut. What was the guy's name they traded? Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes.
And I mean, he wasn't great, but I mean, he was putting up numbers. I think that was more because their slogan still, even then and now, is strengthen up, which he got mad at Triple J for, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that maybe if you want to. I don't know.
Clay,
but I think this was the first time that Steph was like, okay, this is my team. I'm going to put you on my back now. I don't think he did that. I'm not saying he wasn't the best player on the team at 15 or whatever the year was. He was for sure.
Yeah.
But even if you look at that series and you look at the one that they lost when they were up 3-1, Steph wasn't nowhere to be found.
Right.
Especially in them 3 games they lost at the end.
I agree.
And they went after KD. Now, he did come along, but they called him right after the game.
Right.
Draymond called him from the parking lot. That's the story.
Right. That's what they say.
And then they immediately flew out to New York or wherever it was. I can't remember what they called it.
Oh no, what they call it?
I can't remember what they called it.
Because they had the Hamptons.
Right.
The Hamptons 5.
And we see KD was playing with Russell Westbrook for a long time, and people, granted they were up 3-1 on Golden State.
Right.
Golden State lost their 3-1 lead to Cleveland because that was a 73-win team.
Yeah.
That lost. Because a lot of the old Bulls were wearing things that said, it's 72, it don't mean a thing without the ring. They brought them shirts back out.
Yeah, and they had the one where Mike and Scott was like sitting on the bench laughs like, they won 73 games, they better than us. And then up under said, yeah, but they didn't win the championship though.
Right.
The context of that, now I'm just asking a question. Both of y'all can answer this. Now, you don't think Draymond getting suspended in that whole series?
It turned it. But here's what's interesting.
Thing.
Here's what's interesting. Mm-hmm. He was suspended for, they said, like kicking and doing stuff like that. Yeah. But the real thing that set LeBron off, and let's not act like he ain't got no pulls, he called him a bitch too. He called him the B word too, just like he eventually called KD. And LeBron,
in the press club.
LeBron lost his mind over there.
And was like, well, I mean, if I was Adam Silver, then I don't see how you can make a mockery of the game, but he's not going to do anything, and so that's just the way the league is. And then the very like it wasn't even 24 hours later,
they suspended him.
Yep. They suspended him. But the other thing
that
people
turned
forget
the series.
Though, but you got to remember the other thing people forget though. Clay had the game of his life, the game that Draymond was out.
He did, but they lost.
But what's the name got hurt?
Bogut.
Andrew Bogut got hurt.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't remember the way
that's one of the things
the way Cleveland beat them is then when Andrew Bogut got hurt, you had nobody to guard Kevin Love, you had nobody to guard Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
So basically it's like y'all shoot, I'm catching everything that come off the rim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas before, you're not doing it, you ain't getting around Big Bogut. And ain't nobody coming in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was an all defense. People forget, like, Bogut was an all
he was a solid player.
Defensive NBA guy. Like, that was
he was number one pick.
Right. Yeah. But his big draw was not so much his offensive potential, was his defense.
Toughness, rebounding. Right.
But when he got hurt,
it was him
that hurt that team. And you had no Draymond, too.
Exactly. So then that turned the whole series around as well.
And Looney was a rookie that year, I believe, who played excellent for them this year. Okay. Or it might have been KD's first year he was a rookie. I can't remember. But people, remember in games 5 and 6, both Kyrie and Bron put up 40 each. Both of them.
So the question is, do you think he was a bus driver on those Golden State teams?
Yes.
Do you think he was a bus driver on those teams when he was with Golden State?
So I'm going to put a caveat on it. You said off the court too.
Yeah, to me a bus driver is both.
In that sense of like galvanizing everybody, being the voice, right? No, but in the sense of
if we're talking about that though, then Draymond is not Steph.
Right, exactly. Like Draymond has always been.
Yeah, that's not Steph either.
But like in the sense of like they knew when he went there immediately, like we don't have to worry about who taking the last shot.
Yeah. Plus, you got to remember how much pressure came on KD when he decided to do that. It was win or you fail.
Right.
And so that's a lot of pressure,
a lot
too.
of guys don't do because his first year going, like you remember when Shaq went to Miami, they didn't win the first year.
Right.
It was the second year.
And
Bron
what did he
went to
do?
Miami. They didn't win the first year.
No.
They won the second year.
And what did KD
Bron
do?
went to LA. They didn't win the first year.
Right.
They won in the bubble.
In the pandemic.
KD goes to Golden State his first year going. They get to his point, you know what I'm saying? But now again to your point, like, are you that guy where everybody's looking at you like you're that guy? Like, no. But when he comes, he's taking the last shot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna let him. He's clearly the best offensive player. Period.
Right.
But then
defensive player on that team.
Right.
Well, Draymond and him.
Yeah.
No, actually, Draymond. I mean, he was better than Draymond defensively.
I think so too.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he's underrated defensively, and he was taking Bron.
He was good. I wouldn't say he was better than Draymond.
What did he do in both game threes? Also, y'all remember he hit the shot that put him away.
Yeah, but
they swept him one year and beat him the other year in 5.
Draymond won the Defensive Player of the Year. And then 17, his first year, KD's first year.
Right.
So I think KD was good. Like, he was good defensive. He actually should have been on the all defensive team, which I don't think he was.
Right.
But okay. So, but that was the basis of really my post, which I think we had a whole lot. Me and Veli was going back and forth for a while.
I get your point though.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Which my thing is, I think all this puts to rest if he wins in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I think he wanted to get a chip, though, to make sure he didn't end his career with that one. So people can talk about whatever, but you have to remember, too.
Because, like, the way they do Charles Barkley now.
Right. But KD led that team in points, steals, rebounds, blocks, everything. He led them in every category. So
No, the only one that I don't think he led him in assists.
Well, he might not have led him in assists.
But yeah, like steals,
he might have. We might have looked that up. He might have.
I don't think it was assists. But steals, blocks,
I'm talking about just in the postseason.
In the postseason.
Not in the postseason. Yeah,
I'm talking about in the postseason. I'm talking about in the postseason.
Yeah, but
because I thought I saw that somewhere. So, and when you was talking about him leaving with the stuff with Draymond, I think that played a big part. But I also think Golden State's mismanagement of his health played a big part because they wanted him back out on that floor, and he went back out there and he tore his Achilles. You got to remember that he wasn't fully healthy.
Right.
His knee was messed up. I think he went out there too early.
Because that's my
no, and I don't think if him and Clay hurt.
They beat Toronto.
Gets that.
Yeah.
I don't think Toronto gets that, and nobody's talking about Kawhi like he's this great.
Right. Yeah. And then they three-peat. They were the three-peat.
Nobody's talking about 57-game Kawhi like he's the greatest player to ever. He is for 57 games.
Yeah.
Now, if the season 57 games, Kawhi to go.
Kawhi's good, man, but I don't think he's...
If the season is just 57 games, and you know what though, I feel like
he's great though.
If the season did go to like 57 games, like Kawhi would find a way to only play like 37.
He's great, but he's like AD. Availability makes you great too, though.
Best ability.
You got to be available.
And Kawhi, I love Kawhi, but it's just like it's frustrating because it's like the game you want to go see him play, he's on load management,
and that's. We can talk about the real GOAT. He didn't load manage
ever.
At all. Hit 80 games about 7-8 years.
It's undisputed on here as far as the whole MJ thing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's anything with that. But that was my riff in talking about with KD, which, you know, I'm a KD fan too. But I just look at it as if you're a for real bus driver, if you look at the history of game or even team sports, what quote unquote bus driver leaves a team and they're back in contention less than 3 years later? You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
Even with, you know what I mean, like, but KD, he's better than Steph.
Barkley kind of did that too, though.
Yeah.
With who?
Okay, so he left Phoenix? Philly, right?
He left Philly.
He left Phoenix.
And went to Phoenix.
But they didn't have, they had KJ.
And so, right.
I would say more when he went to Houston.
But I'm talking about with Philly, though.
Yeah, but then Philly like within 4 years, they like went Iverson's rookie year, they made the playoffs.
No, but they weren't in contention, though.
I don't mean contention for a title, but they weren't in contention for a title.
Contention for a
when
title.
they had Barkley. They was barely in the playoffs when they had Barkley.
Right,
so right. But they get AI and they do the same thing.
The East was loaded though back then.
Yeah.
It's flipped.
But I just think the irony of that is that like Barkley was somebody who demanded out of where he was at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then his complaint was, I don't have nobody. So you go somewhere where you got some guys.
Right.
Yeah.
You're immediately in the finals. And then, like, for the next 3 or 4 years, y'all are in the Western Conference Finals. Like, y'all was a contender.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so, for
him,
MJ,
he would have won it.
Yeah, that was my favorite Bulls Finals, by the way, that Phoenix series.
Yeah.
That was a good series. Barkley played great, man.
Crazy I just think it's weird for Chuck to be the one talking about people leaving teams, and he did it twice.
Yeah, he did.
Because then when he got sick of Phoenix, he went to Houston.
With Elijah Wan.
Now it's
and
like I'm
Scotty.
trying to win a ring. Yeah. And it was him, Elijah Wan, and Drexel. They didn't win, and he recruited Scotty. And then
they were past their prime.
Yeah,
though. It's a little bit different than how these guys are doing.
That argument with Charles, I agree with as far as the leaving teams part.
Right.
Yeah. But as far as what he talking about with this whole bus driver thing, I give him his props on that.
And one last thing I'll say too, KD is soft off the court. The man's too sensitive to what people say.
Very sensitive.
Yeah, like I said, the Twitter fingers be rid of the ghost burner accounts on Twitter.
That dude shouldn't even respond to people. It's funny he calls himself KD the God or something like that. Or I've heard, I know he's KD Trey or whatever his handle is. KD Trey or something like that, but he calls himself a god all the time. God don't answer to random folks on Twitter.
Right.
We gave an award out to KD in season 1. We named an award in season 1 after KD because of his Twitter stuff.
Oh, okay.
And the hair too. We had two.
Right. Yeah, we had one about the hair as well as the the stuff you don't do when you're on the gram.
Now another thing I want to get real quick. This may be an in and out thing. It's been a running thing over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I just want to ask y'all the question: Who is overall, period, more talented, Michael Jackson or Chris Brown? And now let me give a camera. Let me look in the camera right now and talk to my boy Mo Kicks and Bruce Lee. I was on his post actually today. He was going back and forth on that because he's a huge Michael Jackson fan, which I am too. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, but the question that I saw was who's more talented, and it didn't put music in there, right? Mm-hmm. It just said more talented as far as more gifts. You know what I'm saying? I put it in the vein, and I said, if you're talking about just talent, just aside from music and dancing, I'm like, dang, Chris Brown might got it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, what else does he have a talent in?
He paints.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He acts. He produces.
The acting thing, like
you see what's that movie he did with T.I. and them? He was cold,
Takers,
bro.
Yeah, okay, but no.
And the other movie too.
The parkour scene was his acting wasn't that. The scene where he was running from old boy, jumping through the window. No, man, his acting wasn't that. He was the worst actor in the movie.
But dog, you talking? No, he was
keep in mind, he was in the movie with
T.I.
No, T.I. was T.I.
Vic,
T.I. was playing himself.
No, bro.
That wasn't even his acting. He wasn't even acting.
No, Chris Brown did great in the parts that I've seen him in the movie. In that movie.
What you mean? What you mean? You my brother? What you mean? You my brother?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was in it. That was like that was the movie with a bunch of folks.
Michael Jackson.
Idris Elba was in that joint. Yeah.
Michael Jackson did a voice of a guy on The Simpsons where, I don't know if you remember, where somebody went to the insane asylum. And it was this dude who said he was supposed to be Michael Jackson or whatever.
Okay.
But he didn't look nothing like Michael Jackson, but he could sing like him. It was damn. But Michael Jackson actually did the voice of, you know what I'm saying, like that. Like a lot of people don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Is actually based on, like, that is like a cartoon version, and they were actually going to get him to do the voice. But Sonic the Hedgehog, the original Sega thing, was actually supposed to be like a cartoon thing. It was based on Michael Jackson. That's why he got the flamboyant.
I didn't know
red
that.
shoes and everything.
Y'all
forget Michael Jackson was in The Wiz.
Well, I didn't forget that.
And then Thriller, even though it wasn't a movie, like, that was freaking cinematic master. You had never seen a video
breaking
like that.
ground,
right? The video.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But like even in the acting in it, like all of his videos and stuff, telling stories like from Annie, Are You Okay? Smooth Criminal, Bad. Like they, like it was almost like little movies. Oh, the joint with Eddie Murphy in it.
Yeah.
Was it Remember the Time?
But we're not gonna say he was acting
what I'm
video,
saying is it was very cinematic,
he was,
and he was behind the direction of that.
But that was a different time. If he was around now, and I know Prince was in Purple Rain,
like music and
casting them roles because of who he is.
So is Chris Brown.
No, Chris actually played roles. Like like I said, if I had to say who was a better actor, I say Chris Brown.
Well, that's because we don't really have anything to go off of.
We don't have a lot to go off on with Mike.
I mean, because he's not had to carry a movie. So you're saying like, oh, he acted good, like when really, he was, when you count up his screen time, he was in 6 minutes and 27 seconds of the movie.
Which one?
The Christmas movie. That movie was about Idris Elba, Regina King.
What about Takers?
Putting baby oil on her husband for cheating on her.
Oh, that was the best part.
Right,
Put his
exactly.
Escalade in the river or whatever.
Lauren London and her dude.
know, right?
Shout out to Lauren London.
Who was the guy in it? Was it who was the guy that was in the movie too? Was it the guy from The Best Man?
Which one?
The guy that was dating the little sister or whatever.
Oh, that was dating Lauren London?
I think. What was his name?
I know
he was in Best Man.
I don't know the name. I don't know his name though. But yeah, I know
can't think of
But
his
yeah,
name.
it was about the ensemble. It wasn't, oh my God.
Was it Omar Epps?
He played on The Boys. Have you watched The Boys on Amazon?
No.
Oh, dude, you losing.
I ain't
Y'all got to
seen
watch the book. Man, y'all, that's another TV show. Amazon Prime, The Boys. Y'all need to check it out. But Laz Alonso,
Okay.
that's the one who was married to Regina King.
Yeah, he the one got
He
hit
got
with
the baby
soap.
oil and the butt whipping in the shower or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like talent wise, I mean,
Overall,
now again,
giftings.
but
Giftings. Like, I think Chris Brown has more gifts.
Ooh.
no,
Michael
no.
Jackson.
You see, you weren't here in season 1. Like, I ain't on MJ nuts like that.
Okay.
Like, I'm no. This is what I'm saying. I don't know.
You could tell his heart was in way.
Man,
we were going back and forth. He was like, "Hey, bro,
I got a bottle of yak for somebody who can sit up verbatim any Michael Jackson song and like verbally sing every lyric. Because most of the time we don't know. We'll be singing it with we'll start because we don't know what he's saying. I don't even know if he knew what he was saying.
Yeah,
Right.
He made it sound good, but like, and I don't bring no old Jackson 5 stuff up.
It was the
I'm
melody.
talking about from off the wall on to when he put up.
Right.
Nobody knows what Michael Jackson, like, who know the whole lyrics for Smooth Criminal?
No.
Or Bad or Thriller or any, pick one.
Yeah.
We don't know what he was saying.
It's a lot of guys now too.
So right, so I'm not on
two-way.
MJ like that,
Right.
but I recognize, like, man, his dancing, his choreography, what he did for other people, him as a writer,
Yeah.
you know, also a producer. Like, it's a lot of stuff he had his hands in. You know what I'm saying?
Watch yourself.
Too soon?
And no. But
I didn't mean that.
but this is the thing. I won't deny that. I think he is the GOAT, the greatest entertainer, singer, music, all that conglomerate together. But we're talking about overall gifts. Just like Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player ever, right?
Right.
Not
But
necessarily the greatest athlete business,
but
basketball wise.
Deion Sanders probably a more gifted person.
Yeah, him and Bo
You
Jackson.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. I'm saying, like,
Right.
Chris Brown, I think, has more gifts than Michael. Not saying he's better at him in music and dance. Forget all that. But I'm talking about other.
You got more avenues.
Other-
Y'all
facets
must have
of
forgot he
li-
was
of
in
life.
Stomp the Yard.
Who, Chris Brown?
Yes.
Yeah, what about it?
The best thing about him in that movie was him sliding across the floor. That's it. And then getting shot. That's it. That's the best part he had in the movie.
Well, but there's a lot of guys right now that are.
What's the other movie he got shot in? Takers. That's the best part of him jumping through the windows and him getting shot.
Stop it.
I'm just saying.
it's
So,
a lot of
actually
guys
get Chris
though.
Brown.
nobody got to act hard to get shot. All you got to do is get hit. I promise you're going to have the same reaction that he had.
It's a lot of guys right now though that are singers, rappers, and actors,
Right.
and doing well in both.
And I think if MJ was in this time, though, like, you don't think he would have been in more
Of
movies
course.
and stuff like that?
Of course, but we don't know how well.
I mean,
he
you
would've
got to
done.
remember, like, this man,
No.
they was performing and he was doing the voice on the cartoon. Y'all don't remember that old Jackson 5 cartoon?
I remember.
He was doing the voice. So
But-
this man was
But
performing,
I also
voice acting. Come on, man.
I remember Beyonce acting too.
No. And again, so because
Know
she
what I'm
can
saying?
act, she was the worst
Beyonce
part of
is
Austin
like
Powers
this.
3. She was the worst part of Dreamgirls.
Bruh.
Which
What was
Eddie
the
Murphy
movie
should
she
have
was
got
in
an
with
Oscar in.
the crazy movie with the crazy white girl that was?
She was
after
the worst
Elvis.
part of Obsessed.
Obsessed, yeah.
The girl from Final Destination was better than Beyonce.
Yeah, she was. She was crazy.
Because she was in Final Destination 1 and 2.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying
Like-
MJ is the GOAT, period. I'm not saying he's not
Beyonce
the
was
GOAT.
bad in The Lion King as a voice.
Oh, come on, bro.
You saw that. You got kids.
I ain't even seen
so-
it.
You got kids.
You say she can't even voice it.
No.
Is that
No.
who?
Thank
Who we talking
you.
about? Who we talking about?
Crown said that.
Who?
You see, he ain't got no mic.
Who?
That's why he said that.
Who said who?
I had the Beehive finna come get him. It's finna
Hey.
be like Candyman. Like
Hey.
that fat
He
head
ain't
gonna open up
like
his mouth.
look.
Bees gonna come out and get Crown.
Look, my thing is with this whole thing is, and actually Marcus put this on one of his posts. And I think I said he got himself on this post. He was like, "So you telling me if since Lauryn Hill she can sing, she can rap, and da. She better than Beyonce. I was like, no, she's more talented than Beyonce. She has more gifts, elite gifts than Beyonce.
Well, she might be better. She just ain't as popular.
That's what I'm saying. That's my only thing. I'm not saying Chris Brown is better. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm not either.
Chris Brown has more elite gifts. You know, he's an athlete. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's a natural athlete. Okay. He paints. He's a clothing designer. You know what I'm saying? Yep. He produces. Right. He does all this other stuff to where Michael was just.
Man, come on, man. Michael had everybody wearing them goofy jackets in the 80s.
But Mike was the GOAT at what he did, though.
Niggas walking around.
So is it better to be the best at something? You in school on the first day with one glove on
looking crazy.
Right.
See, that's tough.
Reason.
Yeah.
That's talent.
Yeah.
Would you rather be Michael Jordan or Deion Sanders? You really can't lose either way.
Yeah, but most
personally, I say Deion. Give me Deion. Because Deion got personality.
Yeah.
Deion could go in. To me, he can flow in executive roles and you know what I'm saying.
He was good on TV too.
Yes, I was hard on my teammates, but I never asked them to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. Yeah. Anybody who got a problem with the way I played, the way I led, that's because they never won nothing. So if you want to be that way,
then be that way.
Then be that way.
Favorite part, man.
Stop recording. Take camera off. Yeah. You can see who's starting to cry right now.
So you're saying. Y'all get what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
Giftings, I'm not saying
like when you start naming them off, though, I'm like, okay, I give you the painting thing, but like the acting thing, like, come on, bro, like, come on.
Well, Mike never really acted.
We don't have. So. From the Wiz, don't tell me the Wiz was like his shining moment.
I'm just saying, okay, and Chris Brown has some whack acting roles too. Go sit up and just watch his clips and keep a straight face. You can't. Now in the movie,
I can't.
No, in the midst of the movie, I just mean just the clip of him doing, like, you could take a clip of Denzel or even Will Smith or somebody like Will Smith on Pursuit of Happiness, right? When he's talking to his son, just Chris that clip.
Brown
to Will Smith. He's an actor. He's talented.
No. It's levels to this. Don't go.
All right, you know what? Okay. Fine. I won't compare to that.
But Will Smith is music.
I'll take a step below. Take Morris Chestnut.
Okay.
In freaking Boys in the Hood when he was talking about wanting to go to college.
Or, here we go.
You know what I'm saying? Or him go right. You got the shirt on. Or him when he was talking to Tay Diggs and the Best Man, like when he was like about.
When he was mad about.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like take that any. Now keep in mind, so you wouldn't put Morris Chestnut on the same level of a Will Smith or even a Lawrence Fishburne or Denzel, Wesley Snipes. And I mean like New Jack City Wesley, like I ain't talking about, you know, Passenger 57 Wesley and
always spit on
Demolition Man Wesley. I mean like when he was acting Wesley.
Could Michael Jackson play Chris Brown roles in Texas?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you serious? Yes.
I don't mean to jump it through the windows.
He on that yak, bro. He on that yak. You on that yak.
Stop it.
You come on.
So you don't mean to tell me you're probably right. So you don't mean to tell me Michael Jackson couldn't have slid across the floor?
I could do that.
Michael Jackson couldn't have slid across the floor like in Stomp the Yard.
Could Michael Jackson even pull off being a bank robber?
No.
Could he pull off being a thug? Come on, dog.
No, I
don't give me that, man.
They just would have given him a different case. And he wasn't even a thug. Oh, come on, man.
He wasn't a thug in Takers?
No.
What was he then?
Hey, he was good in the Christmas movie you talked about. I did like that's a good movie.
He was 6 minutes.
He blended.
But he didn't stand out like in the negative ways. What I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't fit the ensemble. Mm-hmm. But like if I'm submitting this as like this is why you should respect me as an actor. Mm-hmm. Now his music stands alone. His dance and choreography stands alone. Never seen his paintings. I'm gonna check him out. If it does, it'll stand alone. But like now, when you take your acting reel, I mean, now keep in mind, like everybody else in that movie, with the exception of T.I.
Yeah.
But I'll give you this though. T.I. and Ant-Man.
He's pretty good.
Not bad in Ant-Man.
Nah, he was alright.
And you not gonna give Chris
for 6 minutes.
What I'm saying is so like again, you got things where you're better in this, you're not so good in that.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. But like when I think of that Christmas movie, I think Idris Elba. I think of LeBron's daddy. I think of Delroy Lindo. You know what I'm saying?
They were the main
right. Okay,
actors.
I think of Loretta Devine. I think of Regina. You know, oh yeah, y'all know, man. You know all the Regina.
So when you look at the Christmas movie, you just like
I think of Lauren London.
No. You think Chris Brown did a bad job?
I didn't say that, but I think of Columbus Short before I think of.
I think
they right there. They right there.
I think it's a bad comparison, man, because you're gonna have to bring somebody else that's done some acting too. So maybe somebody like Tyrese or Ice Cube or even LL.
So exactly my point. So somebody when you rank him, when you put Chris Brown amongst the entertainer actors, and LL has surprisingly had some stuff with depth.
Yeah.
Will Smith, who was a rapper well now he's just all actor.
Ice Cube,
who has surprisingly had some depth. Tyrese, who surprisingly has some depth. Jamie Foxx.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like we can go on. It's a lot of entertainers.
50.
Who heck yeah, 50.
So
Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah.
So like Chris Brown is at the bottom.
No, we're not doing it. We're doing Michael Jackson. His discography from when he was alive
kills Chris Brown's
for sure.
What? His acting. We're talking about acting.
Oh, you said discography. That's music.
No,
filmography.
We're talking about acting though. Yeah,
filmography.
Okay.
My Mike ain't got nothing, so he gonna beat him.
No, he got the Wiz. He got the Wiz.
That don't count, man. Come
on.
No,
it counts. He counts with him.
He was just saying that's his movie. I would put Thriller up there before I put the Wiz up there, man. I'll say this. I agree with you. I think Chris Brown obviously is a better actor, but we don't know for MJ. But I do agree, MJ ain't gonna be out there and be no thug. He ain't gonna have no depth to his role. He gonna be one of them guys got to play himself.
Though is he couldn't pull it off.
No, I agree.
Right,
I agree.
He's not dead. Even if he got cast,
right,
you wouldn't believe it.
But what director would cast him like that?
Okay,
or
now
cast
again,
him person?
but I would reason with you this: like, name one movie that Chris Brown is in, and you take. I will take Thriller. I'll take Smooth Criminal.
Is Thriller a movie?
Hold up. Let me finish.
Long video.
I'll take Thriller. I'll take Smooth Criminal. And I'll take Bad. Those are freaking like cinematic. No. I'm just saying, like, name one.
Billie Jean.
Chris Brown. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Billie Jean.
Don't forget about Billie Jean now.
Like, name one song video that he got out where you're watching it and you're captivated by the video. Like, this man is telling me a story. It's just a video. It's just
you captivated by the video, not by his performance.
No, I'm saying, but all of that's a part of it.
No,
like you can't tell me when you come on, man. You go back, but all of y'all was wearing a goofy glove and a goofy jacket.
You believe he was actually bad when he was saying, "I'm bad," with the nose, with the light skin, with the jerry curl. You believe he was actually bad?
When you first
man, stop it.
You laughed.
Stop it. I'm trying to look up Chris Brown's movie history. Now we going.
No, I mean he's been in a lot of stuff, but that's the reason why you got to look it up because it's not memorable.
He was in Stomper Yard this Christmas. Takers, Think Like a Man.
Nothing more than 6 minutes.
He couldn't have been in Think Like a Man much at all.
And he was horrible in Think Like a Man.
Honestly, I don't even remember him Think Like a Man.
Because who was he talking to in Think Like a Man? And who do I love? Who is my boo? Who is my boo of boos?
Stop it.
Who can get it with the lights on twice on Sunday?
And Think Like a Man?
No, but no, well, you got to know.
Union.
No, but you got to know who my boo is. She's been my boo forever.
Was she in Think Like a Man?
She was.
Man, you know I'm.
And she was also in Eve's Back.
Megan
And
Good.
she was
Megan Good.
Megan. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he, you know.
She was in Waist Deep.
And the crazy part about that is my wife says she's a horrible actor.
Who, Megan Good?
She said Megan is on the low or the totem pole. And so
I didn't say nothing about her acting.
But I'm just saying.
Do you think that's why I love Megan Good?
No, Chris Brown, he has more gifts, I say, than elite gifts than Michael Jackson.
He has more acting talent.
I think he has more acting talent. I think he just does. I think he's just more natural in other stuff too.
I think so. Like, first of all, let's go back because what we're not gonna do is disrespect the greatest one.
Ain't ever. Nobody disrespecting Mike.
No, but I feel like she's made herself a one trick pony. So like we've never seen her Megan Good. Like she's always you know what I'm saying? Like kind of playing that girl type thing. Like we haven't seen her play like the drug addict friend or the.
She was good in Waist Deep.
You know, I'm saying, but she's essentially plays.
I don't agree with my wife when she says that.
Same,
honestly, I just think she's solid. I think she's okay.
She plays the same character though.
Right.
She does.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just in a different situation.
Typecast.
Right. It's kind of like what my criticism about Will was. It's like essentially, with the exception of maybe like 4 or 5 movies,
right?
He's playing the Fresh Prince as a cop, the Fresh Prince as killing the aliens. The Fresh Prince going back to the Wild West and fighting cowboy. Like, and so
that
Megan is like the
horrible.
pretty girl with Tyrese.
Okay.
The pretty girl dating the bald dude from, you know, like, but to your point, even with because he ain't never been in more than 6 minutes of any movie he's been in.
6 minutes.
No, but Megan Good was like 35 when that movie came out. What are we talking about?
I'm saying though, the rain.
In the the range.
Like Keke Palmer straight too though.
Yeah, she wait.
And actually,
Look at you, man.
True Jackson.
Yeah, right.
Keke Palmer playing Precious or something.
no, because Keke Palmer was in that movie. Did you see that movie?
Same thing with Denzel Washington.
What's that movie?
Right,
The
yeah.
stripper movie.
That's
she
what I
was
say
in?
too. Yeah, about Denzel. Yeah.
It just came out with J-Lo. It came out a
I'm
couple
talking
years
about
ago.
I thought.
Hustlers.
Yep.
No, I ain't seen that.
Oh, because Keke Palmer was in Hustlers.
Yeah, I ain't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Y'all favorite?
The
too.
stripper.
Yeah, Lizzo was in Hustlers too. Y'all favorite?
That's
J-Lo
your favorite
in
right there. That's your type.
No, but
That's your type.
so I will give y'all that, even though it's only 6 minutes per movie.
Like I said,
Chris
6
Brown
minutes.
is a better actor than
MJ.
MJ. I can play basketball better than Paco. I would not necessarily say I'm talented though, because what are you comparing it to? To people who actually hoop all the time, or to two people who went to Backyard University?
Well, you compare
So,
it
like,
to the
that-
same
that's
person,
not-
right?
That's kind of like a bait post though, because you're gonna get a lot of people coming out saying, well, MJ got more talent in his dancing than Chris Brown got
If
in
they
his whole
put
life.
music and they put dancing out there, it's MJ all
Right,
day.
right.
It's just like saying,
But I think you
Because
can
what
be
is
so
Chris Brown,
talented
though?
here that even though you're bringing all it still don't add up to
Right.
that.
But see, you got to look at it this way. Chris Brown, musically to MJ, is Kobe to MJ in basketball.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. He's like
yeah,
imitating.
Chris Brown clearly learned from.
Yeah,
Michael.
he's
I
imitating.
would say that, but I think that Kobe's resume kind of.
Oh, I'm not talking about
was
that. I'm just
close.
talking about him
The
imitation.
similar-
Right, right, I
I'm talking
got
about the
you, I got you.
imitation,
But
not
I'm
how
just
well
saying,
they
like,
did
Chris
it.
Brown's resume does not stack up musically
Oh,
to
no.
Yeah,
No.
Mike's.
And MJ, and the other thing is MJ and Kobe had a relationship.
right.
Like they was
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
like
Mike,
the little
Mike,
brother.
Mike and Kobe had a relationship.
Right.
Now, I just want to say this, and I'll be done with it. Now, this is a little controversial, maybe here, but Michael's probably two best albums, Off the Wall and Thriller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could we say that those are Michael's records, but those are pretty much Quincy Jones too? He's as equally a partner in those records.
Maybe,
as far as,
but I will say this: what Jay-Z? You remember when Jay-Z on the song "Kingdom Come," where because he retired after Black Album.
Yeah,
remember when he said, "You say you made Jay-Z, well, make another Jay-Z."
make another one, yeah.
I'm not shitting on Quincy Jones, but like
He ain't had no other mic.
that's your one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, no. I mean, what I'm saying is, no, but you had it's kind of like the Phil Jackson thing, right?
Yeah.
They always say like, okay, well, you had 3 of the greatest players to ever play. You know, the top 2 at that position.
Yeah.
You know, in the shooting guard with Mike and Kobe. Then you had Shaq, but then you also had 2 of the greatest duos ever with Mike and Scottie and Kobe and Shaq. You know, so like they say like Popovich is actually a better coach per se because
Is he though?
well, I mean the consistency of and then you had a lot of moving parts.
Well, but look
like
at
with their first championship, you had a very young Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest power forward ever, Tim Duncan. You had a second year Tim Duncan, David Robinson, a past his prime David Robinson, Avery Johnson, Sean Elliott, Vinny Del Negro, Will Purdue, like
Vanderbilt,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you would say, like I don't see Phil winning with that. You know what I'm saying? And again, and then we ain't even gonna. And then you got to remember, Pop is also the general manager of the Spurs too. Yeah. So like Phil,
I mean, I got respect for. I got a lot of respect for Popovich, but I'm just saying like the Lakers weren't winning till Phil got there.
I mean, I get you. Like
they had Kobe
great at
and Shaq.
managing egos.
Oh,
he's
for
great
sure.
At managing
like
egos,
Rodman. I mean, you know.
I would say like with Quincy, he's a phenomenal, amazing, probably one of the best producers ever. But you need that. You still need that talent.
You got to have the talent.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have the talent,
you need the talent.
Then I can produce all I want to. But like for example, when you look at like a Dre, Dre did it with NWA.
Snoop.
Dre did it with Snoop. Dre did it with Eminem. He had a big hand in 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Game's first album. Yeah. Like, was it Michelle A? Yeah. Like, even Ice Cube with his, like, he's got a whole, even his bad stuff, like The Firm with Nas them.
Yeah.
But, like, to people that love Nas and Foxy Brown and them, like, that's a classic to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I would say when you look at Quincy, as amazing as he is, because you could take away Snoop from Dre, right? But you still got all these other people.
Yeah.
You still got NWA, you still got Eminem, you still got 50 Cent, you still got the Game.
You definitely should. You need the talent.
Right. You see what I'm saying? But if you take Mike from Quincy, like, what other person are we talking about that Quincy Jones?
He would still be Quincy, though.
You just saying,
but I'm saying,
you just saying Dr. Dre got a stable of talent.
Right. And what I'm saying is, so when people say it's like, well, like to the point that you was making, and I'm not shitting on Quincy, because like I said, he did have a big hand.
Hey, I'm a big Snoop fan, but he wasn't the same when he was down with No Limit.
No Limit, yeah.
He just wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? And I love him. His best stuff.
He was Drake. Great value Snoop at No Limit, which was still pretty good.
But he wasn't the same.
He was
Walmart Snoop. That what you saying? He was Walmart Snoop.
Yeah. He was a great value
what's
Snoop.
The store here that used to be here? Fred's.
Osco.
Where the dollar? Oh wow.
You remember Osco?
I remember Osco. Drugstore, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Osco drugs.
Fred's the friendly store where the dollar buys more.
Yeah. So okay, but that's all.
I mean, but to your point, I will give y'all, even though it's he's a much better actor than MJ.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
Okay. I gotta say something though. I'm gonna push back on you. What is Pop gonna do without Tim Duncan? He's always had Tim Duncan. He never won nothing without Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
He's never won without Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
He had him his whole career basically.
Yeah, he has.
And Kawhi rolled out because he said Pop was too old fashioned. Now I don't know.
Right. Well, that just the way they were.
I feel like he could have won with Kawhi had Kawhi.
Oh, for sure.
And I just think it's a matter. But see, now he's probably gonna retire before you really get to see.
Yeah. They should have won back to back. That Ray Allen shot got them right there. Now that might be the reason they came back and played so well, but they should have won back to back right there.
Keep it presidential.